Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you. In today's video, you'll receive my channeled message, plus a page from the Daily Angel Guidance book, and also a card from the Universal Love Healing Oracle deck. Please note that this is a collective group message, so it may not align with you today, and that's simply okay. Come back tomorrow where the message may resonate more with what you need to know. So have you ever thought about complaining? Why do we complain? Why do we have to, I'm going to use the word have to, sit with someone who we feel so much of their conversation is just complaining about their life, things that they've experienced, events they went to, friends in their circle, family members in their circle? Why is it that we feel so compelled to always go to the negative? That seems to be where we're automatically defaulted and directed to, yeah? So let's dive a little bit more into about complaining and really give you, I've got 4 tips that I can give you to really assist you into becoming more consciously aware of when you are actually complaining. So let's get into the message. How to stop complaining. Are you aware when you complain, whether it be about your relationship, you're even complaining about yourself, an experience, an event that you went to, say a wedding, a party, right? Even a friend that you're complaining about the job that you don't like, and it is a continuous conversation, yeah? Or anything else that comes to mind. Yeah? What is complaining? Complaining is to express dissatisfaction or annoyance about something, right? Now, I'm not saying that we should never complain. It's a way of just expressing how we're feeling. More what this is about is to raise the awareness that we tend to complain more than we tend to celebrate. It's just raising perception about really noticing our conversations. Are they really vibrating at a high energy, or are our conversations a little bit flat? And we're wondering why after we catch up with a girlfriend or we catch up with a mate and we're having a conversation and all they're doing is complaining, and we end up leaving feeling flat and we're going, what the hell? It's like vampires, they suck your blood. So this has come up a little bit in conversations, and this is another aspect or another way to have a look at it. So, excuse my birdies, decided to sing as soon as I've decided to record this video. So, how many things that you complain about do you have the ability to actually change? There is more than likely most. And even if it comes to you're at an event, a party, a wedding, and you're noticing all the things you don't like, in that moment when you're there, you can actually have the ability to go, you know what, I'm going to make and have a bloody good night out of this. It's up to me what I make of it, right? It is up to you. So you can either mingle, you can dance, you can make fun of it rather than focusing on all the things you don't like in that moment. So there and then you can already shift the complaining. Does that make sense? I just wanted to give you that one extra tip, yeah? Because I don't believe I wrote it down. But we can even prevent all the negative and the complaining before it even starts, because when wherever we are, we do have the ability to change it. And what we can, it's about changing our perspective of it. And go, you know what? Yeah, the food's not great. Then I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on having a good time. I'm going to show gratitude that I was invited to this wedding. I'm using in a wedding because maybe from my past says that. And you know what? I absolutely too have picked myself up on complaining, and I still complain unaware even. Yeah? Because complaining for me is a huge, big, and it's not easy to shift. And even sometimes be consciously aware of. Jeepers. So have you noticed, and do you notice, how many conversations you have that people are complaining to you? Are you aware, or you just get into that conversation and really discuss all the negativity, whatever they're discussing, you join in? You know, it's such an automatic default to share the negatives in our life in every aspect. Negative, we're bombarded with negative. So not surprising that we only see the negative out of events or weddings or work or whatever, what happens is we're not often speaking even about the positives. Have you listened to someone share they went to an event or whatever, and they didn't even share anything good about it, what they liked? It was all just negative. And, you know, sometimes I go, where's the gratitude that that person invited you to that? They cared about you to invite you, and you haven't even shown gratitude for the invite. And I'm absolutely guilty of this. In the past, absolutely. Because I reflect and I go, oh my gosh. So it's about, again, and you know where I'm going with this, owning your truth. Yeah? So I did already discuss about, complaining is expressing dissatisfaction or annoyance about something, right? And yeah, it's healthy to do that. What I'm sharing with you is that I feel that we're out of balance. We focus so much on the negative narratives of the stories and the life experiences that we forget to share and show gratitude for what we have. That's in essence. So let's give you some steps to reduce complaining and to assist you, right? Here's some tips. Tip 1 is shift the narrative. Tell self you will share the positive first. So when you're going into a conversation, if you're already aware of what stories you're going to share about events, experiences, or what you've gone through the last couple of weeks and where you were, really consciously say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to share the lovely things out of that, the beautiful things out of that, right? Now I'm going to share what you can actually even prepare, which assists you when you're endeavoring to learn this practice, this habit. It's practice, practice, practice makes permanent. So I'm going to keep moving. Tip 2, if it's personal or professional, tell self if it matters and I value it to stop complaining and take action. How many things in your life that either annoy you or you're dissatisfied in that you, when you own your truth, have the ability to shift it? Instead, you choose to keep complaining about it. And you wonder why people don't want to hear you anymore. Because they're sharing with you, they're thinking what I'm saying to you. You have the ability to change it and you don't. Yeah? Most things in life, we have the ability to change. And it's not physically change, but we even have the ability to change the way we view it and how we allow something to impact us. That we have over everything. Yeah? Number 3, this is a real tangible tool for all my analytical followers out there. This is something to really do, and this is what I did in order to raise my conscious awareness about how much I complain. I wrote a list of all the things that I'm dissatisfied with or that annoyed me, right? Now, they can be as far as your personal things to do with your job, things in your life, with your partner, whatever it is. And then I added events. I have a separate column for events. If I went to a wedding, if I went to a party, if I went to this, if I went to that, I would write that down and then almost put all my complaints beside it. Because often I found just even writing it and getting it out on paper where I could read it, I didn't need to share it. Yeah? Because you're getting the frustrations, which is the annoyance, out, right? So write a list of all the things that you are dissatisfied or annoyed with in your life. Then, beside each one, in another column, write what action you will take to change it. So if it's in the future, write the action you feel that you need to take in order to change it. Or if it's something from the past, what could you have implemented that would have shifted the narrative of that story, that experience, that event? Does that make sense? This is a really, really beneficial one to do because you can physically see it. When things are tangible, it's out of our head and the less it's in our thoughts, right? Brain dump it. For men, I know you like brain dumping. For women, journal it. The more you write, the more you ask, the more externally identify, that's the word, then you have the ability and you're consciously aware to shift it, right? Number 4, one that is so important that so many people lack is to show gratitude. Daily gratitude. If you've gone, I keep going to a wedding and I don't know why, but maybe it'll come up in the cards or whatever. If you've gone to a wedding or a party, show gratitude that you were invited. Because how would you have felt if you didn't get invited? And yet all you're sharing is complaining about how the wedding was. Not real kind. That's not showing gratitude. Have you shown gratitude that you were even invited? They cared enough about you and you mattered to them that they invited you. And even more, that's cost them money, and yet all you're doing is showing lack of appreciation. There's no gratitude there. And sometimes we forget. And hey, I'm absolutely guilty of this. I will own my truth. And even in the present day, more than likely I've done it and maybe even not even consciously aware. It's a difficult skill. It's a difficult habit. It catches you. Because everything around us is saying and cementing in this is like, now look at the negative. Now look at the negative. So we become complainers. And I would say there are times I am a complainer. I'm owning that. So they're the 4 things that you can really implement. And there's many more. And but I just wanted to give you 4. Otherwise it's too overwhelming, too much information, and it's too hard to retain. Be consciously aware of the things you complain about. Make it far easier and tangible to change by writing it down. Yeah? And you'll be surprised how long your list gets. You'll just go, I didn't realise there were so many things I was dissatisfied with. So that's a little bit about complaining. Let's keep moving on to the book. What does the Daily Angel book have for us? Healed Old Relationships. Okay. So for some of you, this has really got, and that's why I was speaking about weddings a lot, right? Okay, that's the connection. For some of you, it may be, I'm just getting it's relationship related. So healed an old relationship, I'll go a little bit more in detail. Let's read the book though first. So if you want to close your eyes with me, take a deep breath, just so you can absorb the words from this message. Healed an old relationship. Has someone from your past been on your mind recently? This could be a signal for you to reinitiate contact with this individual, or it might mean it's time to resolve an old issue with him or her. When thoughts of a former relationship bubble up to the surface, it's worth paying attention to the reason why. First, notice any feelings in your stomach as you think about the person. Do you feel tense, relaxed, uplifted, upset? Identify the various emotions associated with your relationship and think about how you parted. If you harbor any regrets, inhale deeply and hold the intention of releasing those feelings as you exhale. This in itself could be the healing that your soul seeks. You can also ask the universe to undo the effects of any mistakes that either of you made. This request is always granted with powerful and often miraculous results. You may want to write a letter to the person as a way of understanding your true thoughts and feelings. You don't need to send it to gain therapeutic value of this process, right? You don't need to send it. You don't need to post it. Sometimes it's best to ceremoniously destroy what you've written as a symbol of letting go. A lot of people will write a letter, wait till the full moon, light a little fire and burn. Throw it into the fire. It's releasing it, throwing it out. Yeah? That may not resonate with you. It may be ripping it up, shredding it, whatever it is, whatever works for you, whatever resonates with you, you do what you need to do. After your moments of contemplation, you may feel strongly guided to get back in touch with the individual in question. Call upon us angels to surround the reunion with protective love and ensure that it's harmonious as possible. We can also help you to locate the person if so desired. Thought for today. I heal an old relationship. I forgive and forget as a way of moving on. Cutting the cords of any negativity from my past. I only attract healthy interactions now and in the future. So I love that it mentioned negativity. And for me, some of you may be feeling that it's an intimate relationship. Yep, and for many of you it is, because I spoke about weddings a lot earlier. However, there are some of you that it's more about your relationship with friends, and it could even be your relationship with family. It could even be your relationship with a work colleague. So it's up to you to sit down and really sit with it about what is it you need to heal. Because for some of you, you may know it straight off, because it is either a person or a situation that you are, they're saying to use the word continuously. Often, I'm going to say often, are complaining about to others. What is consuming your thoughts, whatever is consuming your thoughts, means you were dissatisfied, or it's annoyed you or impacted you. They're the things that you really need to look at. There could be a particular person within that situation that's annoying you. That is the core of what needs to heal. I hope for some of you that resonates. And if it doesn't, that's okay, leave it. But it's not just your intimate relationships, it's friendships, it's family relationships, it's just relationships in general. Yeah? There is someone in your close proximity that you are complaining a lot about. I don't know, that's what they're sharing with me. It is time to heal that relationship, and then the complaining will be gone. Yeah? Speak your truth. That's what needs to happen. Otherwise, you're lying to yourself. I'm not saying it's intentional. Now, this card jumped out massively. Spiritual growth. And I love that it's got the heart, it's the wings. Yeah? To stop complaining is massive spiritual growth, because what you're actually doing is consciously choosing to see the positive in your life, to show gratitude for the things that you have in life. Yeah? Because the more you show gratitude for what you have, the more you're going to get. The more you show negative and you look at what you don't have, that's what you're going to attract, less. Some of you may not agree with that, and that's absolutely okay. I totally respect that. It's just what I've experienced and what so many other people that I know have experienced. When they come from a place of desperation, guess what they attract? And the word desperation, don't hang on to that word. It could come from a place of like, I need money. I need to be better at this. I need to get better at that. I'm impatient. This is all relevant. Yeah? Because how much are you complaining about what you're doing that you need to get better at? How much are you complaining that you don't have patience? So what are you going to attract? When you sit and practice and mantras and say to yourself, you know what? I am patient. Because when you say I'm not patient, you are coveting yourself. You are labeling your whole self as not patient. That's not truth. Okay, there was a request for a video for patience, and clearly it's going to come through tomorrow because it's coming in sort of interweaved in this particular one, right? The more you complain about what you're not good at, what you don't have, what you need to change, what you could improve, what you don't like, the more you complain about that, and including not being patient, guess what you're going to attract? This is spiritual growth, maybe for some of you. And, I hope that if you are struggling, that you go back and check all of I think I've got about 180 videos, 170 videos. Go back, read the titles and see if any of them feel like they're sticking. Look at it. Go and watch it. You may only need to watch 5 minutes of it and something may trigger. But spiritual growth, yeah? For me, you can even call that conscious awareness growth. Yep. For you to be consciously aware, for you to be aware of what's coming out of your mouth. What are you saying to self? What things are you seeding and planting every day without awareness? When you complain, guess what you're doing? You're attracting more of that, more negativity in your life, because you're not celebrating, you're not focusing on what you do have, you're only focusing on what you don't, or what you didn't like, all the negatives. Yeah? It's not easy, and I still trip up. However, it's far reduced in my life, because there's no such thing as perfect. So let's look at what spiritual growth has for us today. Okay, you may want to close your eyes and take a deep breath. This is a very special time in your life, a time of deep spiritual awareness and growth. See the word awareness and growth. Powerful changes are taking place deep within you, and it's important to nurture yourself during this time. Take time out to appreciate the beauty and the healing energy of the trees, flowers, and plants. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Feel the sacred heart of Gaia and the essence of her nurturing spirit. Gaze at the stars, walk along the beach. Feel the ebb and flow of the water and the ebb and flow of your own divinity. You will emerge from this period with a renewed sense of purpose for your life as the tap into the vast pools of knowledge, inspiration, and creativity that dwells within. And the only way you can find that if you stop complaining. Take a note. When you start to complain, I would love for you to become consciously aware and go, how does that actually make me feel when I complain? What energy? What does it do to my energy? What does it do to my mindset? What does it do to my emotional state of being? Ask yourself that. All right. So what does the next card have for us today? So we have divine guidance. And as you could hear, my phone was ringing, so please excuse that, and I hope that this is still recording. Divine guidance. Know that you are divinely guided. And for a lot of us, it's even if you want to go to intuition, your gut instinct, intuition. We are guided. What do you feel you're complaining about? Take note of that. Because I just go, have a look at the two cards together. Very powerful, spiritual growth and divine guidance. So trust in what your inner self is saying to you. Trust in your inner guidance. Yeah? Because the more we can do that, the more we will be positively guided. That's all I have to say about that. Divine guidance. Look within for the answers. Follow your intuition, your own inner guidance. Listen to your heart. Follow your instincts and gut feelings. Even if it feels strange, go with which you feel energetically drawn to. Explore what you are energetically drawn to. Stop and listen. Really listen. Stop and feel. Really feel. Let yourself go deep. The greatest wisdom is inside you. And this will really assist you with the complaining. When you are so aware, you have the ability to stop yourself out when this wants to take you out and just look at all the negatives and be complaining. Allow yourself to be divinely guided. Allow what this says is to go within, listen, really listen. And when I say listen, not here, listen to what your body is saying. Yeah? Feel what your body is saying. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. So, become more consciously aware of when you're complaining. And maybe if you're sitting with a friend and they're complaining, raise their awareness of what they're sharing with you. I actually say to people, so what did you really like about the wedding? What did you really like about the party? What was the fun that you had? Did you dance? Who did you meet? I ask the questions to shift. Yeah? So maybe you could do that for your friend. I hope you gained something little out of today. Remember, you matter. You are your most valuable asset. So invest in you every day. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd be so grateful if you'd like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Cat's Message. If you'd like those tips on a PDF, please write in the comments and I will only create a PDF if it's requested. That's something that I've learned from all the business schools and classes and courses that I've done, is don't create something until someone wants it. Because I may feel it's valuable, however you may not. So I want to thank you for spending your time with me, as I absolutely respect your time is valuable. So for today, take care.